Coming to you live from Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur, I'm Jessica Lee, and this is Updates at Noon. Making the headlines today, the anti-smoking bill could save 2 million Malaysians. Chinese rocket debris spotted in Sarawak's airspace. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Hajah Aziza Aminah Maimunah Iskandaria graced the Warriors Day 2022 parade at Dataran Pahlawan Negara this morning. The Warriors Day celebration began with the trooping of the colour ceremony involving colours of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and regimental flags of the 1st Battalion Royal Malay Regiment in a guard of honour mounted by 4 officers and 103 men. The national anthem Negaraku was played, accompanied by the firing of a 21-gun salute performed by Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Azri Chewil of the 41st Royal Artillery Regiment. His Majesty then inspected the Guard of Honour. Today's Warriors Day parade involved 58 officers and 867 men from the Malaysian Armed Forces ATM and the Royal Malaysia Police, as well as 152 veterans from the ATM Veterans Association and retired and former police of Malaysia contingent. Now also present were Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, Senior Defence Minister Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Hussein and Home Minister Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin. There was also a pantomime performance about the sacrifice of national fighters in a battle that took place in Bakara Market, Mogadishu, Somalia on October 1993. The Warriors Day celebration, which is usually held on the 31st of July every year, is back after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The celebration was held to commemorate the services and bravery of our fallen heroes. A total of 2 million lives can be saved and smoking-related diseases can be prevented in the period up till 2040 if the proposed Control of Tobacco Product and Smoking Act 2022 comes into force. Health Minister Kari Jamaluddin said the Control of Tobacco Product and Smoking Bill was essential to public health as there were not many laws in the country which can save that many lives.
Dalam pengundian nanti, saya harap ahli-ahli parlimen akan pilih untuk selamatkan 2 juta nyawa, akan pilih untuk selamatkan generasi masa depan daripada mereka ketagih kepada nikotin, daripada mereka ketagih kepada rokok dan daripada mereka terdedah kepada racun yang sangat-sangat bahaya ini.
Khairi said this in a special interview with the media on the Control of Tobacco Products and Smoking Bill 2022 in Putrajaya. He's scheduled to table the bill for its second reading in the Dewan Rakyat tomorrow, with the debate and winding up session to take place the following day. Khairi said the approval of the bill will also ensure that the sale of cigarettes products, especially vape, can be regulated under a separate act, as there is currently no legal mechanism to regulate such products. Now, the intention of 4 states to amend their respective state constitutions to enable laws against party hopping to be enforced at the state level is a healthy step towards strengthening democracy. The Minister in the Prime Minister's Department of Parliament and Law, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tunku Jaafar, who welcomes such a move, said that he had been informed that 4 states that would amend their constitutions were Sabah, Selangor, Penang and Negeri Sembilan. He said when the law is being enforced later, it does not compel any state to adopt it, but they are given freedom whether they want to follow the move or not. He said amendments have been made to the 8th schedule of the Federal Constitution and the inclusion of Clause 1, where the validity of this provision at the state level can only be made after obtaining the consent of the rulers or the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Junaidi said he would hold an engagement session with all states to explain the merits of the Constitution Amendment Bill No. 3, 2022. He said cooperation from the states is seen to enable the bill related to the prohibition of elected representatives to change parties to be standardized and enforced at the state level before the 15th general election. Now, the government can save 20 billion ringgit a year by implementing the targeted subsidy scheme. According to National Recovery Council or NPN Chairman Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, at the moment, only 20% of the subsidy provided by the government was taken up by the B40 group, while the rest was enjoyed by groups which did not deserve it. Tan Sri Muhyiddin said the savings from the targeted subsidy scheme can be channeled to the B40 group, like farmers and fishermen, who are badly affected by the rising cost of living.
Cara bagaimana sistemnya, integrated sistem yang nak diperkenalkan oleh kerajaan itu pihak Kementerian Keuangan boleh meneliti secara halus, dan ini antara langkah yang pertama yang saya fikir kerajaan boleh buat, yang boleh menjimatkan perbelanjaan dan tak mempunyai kesan besar. Saya fikir seluruh negara bersetuju kalau orang yang kaya tak dapat subsidi, semua orang setuju. Orang miskin kena bagi bantuan lebih kerana mereka sudah bertambah miskin.
He said the proposal on the matter has also been discussed at the MPN level and it will be taken to the Cabinet at the right time. Tan Sri Muhyiddin was met after a meeting between MPN and Terengganu fishermen at the Chendring LKIM port. At the ceremony, Tan Sri Muhyiddin presented cheques totaling 20 million ringgit as assistance for fishermen from the Agriculture and Food Industries Ministry to the Terengganu Fishermen Association or Penentu. Now, a request made by Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services or QPACs on salary claims will be studied by the government. Chief Secretary to the government, Tan Sri Muhammad Zuki Ali, said he would meet QPAC's President, Datuk Adnan Mat, tomorrow to discuss the matter.
Saya akan berbincang dengan Presiden QPAC pada hari Senin ini untuk melihat kemungkinan ataupun mengkaji, meneliti permohonan yang dibuat oleh pihak QPAC. Kita selalu bertemu dengan QPAC, kita buat sesi engagement.
Datuk Adnan recently said QPACs had appealed to the government to quickly fulfill its salary claims, namely raising the minimum wage of civil servants to 1,800 ringgit, a two-level increase in the annual salary increment or KGT, and the implementation of a new remuneration system that is more comprehensive, fair and equitable. He was reported as saying that it was important for these claims to be met to help civil servants cope with the rising cost of living. Now, debris from the Chinese Long March 5B rocket has been recorded re-entering Earth's atmosphere at 12:55 a.m. today. The Malaysia Space Agency, or MYSA, said through continued observation from the Science, Technology and Innovation Ministry and a statement by the China Space Agency informed that the rocket debris had caught fire while entering the Earth's atmosphere. In a statement, the agency said its fiery re-entry was seen streaking across the country's airspace and spotted by many over Sarawak's skies after midnight. The debris were recorded falling around the Sulu Sea. Now, the objects appeared after midnight and various video recordings of the spectacle have been shared on social media. The Long March 5B rocket was used last Sunday to launch an uncrewed spacecraft named Wentian, carrying the second of three modules of China needed to complete its new Tiangong space station. First up is the Commonwealth Games. Malaysia did not have to wait long to strike gold when they finally hit jackpot on day 2 of the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games in weightlifting, with cycling chipping in with the bronze for good measure last night. The day, however, belonged to weightlifters Muhammad Anik Kasdan and Muhammad Aznil Bidin, who produced sensational lifts to walk away with a gold medal each at the National Exhibition Centre. Muhammad Anik delivered Malaysia's first gold medal at this edition of the Quadrennial Games when he came out tops in the men's 55kg category with a total lift of 249 kilograms. About 2 hours later, Muhammad Aznil ensured that the national anthem, Negaraku, reverberated around the centre when he lifted a combined total of 285 kilograms in the men's 61kg category to defend the gold he won in the 2018 edition in Gold Coast, Australia. Amazingly, both of them set new Games record en route to victory. The national track cycling ace Muhammad Shah Firdaus Sarum then did his part by contributing a bronze medal in the men's Kirin event at the Lee Valley Velopark in London. The result meant that Shah Firdaus finally ended Malaysia's 8-year wait for a podium finish in the event after national track cycling ace Dato' Muhammad Azizul Hasmi Awang won bronze in the 2014 edition in Glasgow. And that's it for this afternoon. Recapping our top story, anti-smoking bill could save 2 million Malaysians. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on saluran Berita RTM. Now let us symbolise our spirit of patriotism and proudly fly the Jalur Gemilang as a gesture of our love for the country to enliven this year's National Month celebrations. I'm Jessica Lee, salam keluarga Malaysia and have a nice weekend.